It's now time for Remember When with Uncle John. John Guess, Ouachita County's resident storyteller and local historian. Sit back now and enjoy a walk down memory lane as John recalls the days of yesteryear in his own unique way. You never know, some of it might even be true. So here's Uncle John, along with his trusty sidekick, Kelly Blair.
Back on Remember When with Uncle John. Well, here we are at the next best thing to a Friday, just rolling along our last full week in all of 2022. We're going to take an extra day off next week, so we'll only be in for 4 days before it's all said and done. But, John, you say you've always loved Christmas, man. You dressed up as Santa Claus for so many of those years, and you go out and get live Christmas trees or cut down an authentic Christmas tree. I mean, it sounds like you really went all out a lot of nights.
Oh, Christmas was a big deal, man, growing up. My daddy, a couple of weeks before Christmas, he had already had one staked out somewhere, and we'd go get it on a Sunday after church. And there wasn't no store-bought Christmas tree stands,
Nope.
He built a stand for it, and the kind of, it's kind of funny, my kids came to the house and got some of our Christmas decorations, and we've got just stacks of totes, of Christmas decorations.
You can decorate a Christmas tree about 14 different ways at my house.
And my mama had one box. And it always seemed like it was plenty.
There you go.
But we did the traditional thing. We strung popcorn, and
nice.
Mama would go every year to the dollar store and buy the tinsel, that you.
Yep.
But now when Christmas was over, she would try to take as much of that off as she could and save it for the next year.
Oh yeah.
But Christmas was a big deal growing up. We always had our traditional Christmas tree service at Missouri Methodist Church on Christmas Eve, which is what we're doing again this year, the first time we've actually had it on Christmas Eve in a long time. But one of the things that has stuck out in my mind and always will, and I know a lot of people out there that are listening to this that grew up around Camden can relate to this. I remember coming to Camden to Christmas shop with my mom and daddy when you came downtown.
Oh, yeah. The actual downtown.
The actual downtown, because that was all there was.
Right.
But I remember the basement at Snow Hardware.
There you go.
And I'm telling you what, when you walk down those stairs, it was magic. It was like the Magic Kingdom that you hear about all your life.
It was Toys R Us and Candyland all together.
And I can still remember the look and the smell and the lights and the way everything looked. And it's one of those indelible memories that sticks in your mind forever. I've got some very wonderful Christmas memories of my youth and, of course, my kids when Christmas morning was the big deal,
Absolutely.
Santa Claus had came, and, you did all the stuff there at the house, and you took the pictures, and then, of course, later on you took the videos. And then, you got together and you either went to... We would go to sister-in-law's house, for breakfast. And, it was just a big deal. Growing up, when I was a little boy, my mother's sister from Little Rock and her kids came every year on Christmas Eve, spent the night with us. And, me being the youngest by close to 10 years, they were all in on it, But it was a big deal. And, of course, I've always told the story of my daddy, about a week or two before Christmas, picking me up at home and carrying me over on what we call the Tuberville Loop and showing me the footprints, of the deer in the road. And Santa Claus, came down and landed in front of him and gave me a cap gun set he wanted me to have, before Christmas. Just wonderful, wonderful memories. And I was a grown man before I found out that not everybody in the world had those kind of memories.
Yep, that's true.
And sometimes you don't always stop to think. Sometimes you think more about what didn't happen than what did.
Right.
And what you didn't get than what you do have. But I've been blessed to have wonderful Christmases, still having wonderful Christmases, and just want to wish everyone out there a Merry Christmas and hope it's good for everybody.
Absolutely. Definitely want to wish everybody a extremely Merry Christmas. I know I've talked to a lot of people all around town, for months leading up to this. There's a lot of people saying Christmas ain't going to quite be the same this year. Not as many presents under the tree. A lot of folks going through some hard times. But we just encourage everybody to remember the real reason for the behind the season as well. Hope you can get out and visit a church of your choosing and celebrate the true meaning of Christmas going into Christmas Eve on Saturday. And, of course, what better way than to have Christmas than on a Sunday?
Absolutely.
We doing anything over at Chittister First Baptist?
No, we're having it at Missouri Methodist Church Christmas Eve.
There you go.
Our traditional Christmas Eve there with our church, and looking forward to it.
Absolutely. All right, that's going to wrap up Remember When with Uncle John for today. We need to thank our sponsors, including ProMed Ambulance Service, Sherwin-Williams House Paint, The Shopper's Guide, for all their wonderful support. And be sure and find us on podcast any and everywhere that you can get podcast. I guess we'll see you tomorrow, John.
See you tomorrow, Kelly.
You've been listening to Remember When with Uncle John on Y95. This broadcast can be heard each weekday morning at 6:45 on South Arkansas's favorite station, Y95.